Pranav Guha Thakurta from EduTV. In our favorite program, It's a Matter of Principles. Today, we have a very important guest with us, the famous Mrs. Santhi Menon. She is the principal founder of the Dean's Academy. She embodies the spirit of this institution with a chain of schools and colleges spread over East Bangalore. Ms. Shanti Menon is a university rank holder from Stella Maris College, Chennai. She acquired a degree in education after completing her graduation in English literature. She also holds a teaching and training diploma with distinction from the Cambridge University, UK, and a master's degree in education. Welcome, ma'am. Ma'am, your host today will be Professor Vidya Srinivas, Head Marketing and Corporate Relations, Universal Business School, Mumbai. She is an experienced professional with a demonstrated history of working in the education management industry, excellent networker, skilled in negotiation, business planning, operations management, coaching, and customer relationship management. Welcome, Vidya.
Pranav.
Thank you so much. Talking about Universal Business School, we were born in 2011. Very frugally, we started 15 students. Today we have 500 plus students, and the three principles that we follow very, very closely, very dear to our heart is ethics, environment, and experiential learning. So when I say ethics, we follow utmost transparency in with all our stakeholders, whether it is students, parents, or faculties, or the governing bodies that assess us. With terms of environment, we both do hard and soft environment functions. Our infrastructure is completely environmental friendly. If you see, our buildings are structured in such a way that there is less consumption of energy and a lot of cool air that comes around the campus because of the structure that we have designed and the stones that we've used. We have planted almost 10,000 trees around us. We've adopted 3 villages, and we're doing a very, very close activity with them in terms of the CSR. Talking about experiential learning, it's a complete cascading effect that we get it to the students, whether it is wisdom through spiritual excellence, whether it is management of self, whether it is mentoring, consulting, creative research, shadowing with industry, in getting industry mentors to mentor the students. So it's a complete plethora of learning through hands-on experience rather than just touching the surface through a case study method, which most of the B schools do. And we truly believe in giving it back to them. Every penny that we earn, we believe that we just keep something for our survival and it goes back to them. So it's 5 years and it has been a beautiful journey with Universal Business School. I humbly invite you to be a part of us whenever possible, whenever you're in Mumbai. We would love to host you, and I'm sure you will have an exciting time.
It would be a pleasure.
Mumbai, yeah, and in Mumbai, if you see, the colleges are smaller ones. So this is a 40-acre, lustrous green B school, and India's first green B school today. So we are known as the first green B school in India. So
and where are you situated in Mumbai?
This is in Karjat, ma'am. This is in the foothills of Matheran, the hill station. So it's a suburban. So we come in the Raigad district in Maharashtra, but then people call us Mumbaiites.
Yes.
My first question to you is, you have had an illustrious career and you've seen the academics and the education industry evolving. Do you see that if you compare it with the West, do you feel that there is a serious difference in the terms of what we do with our kids to what is done in the West? And have you seen it's just a cosmetic changes that has come in, or there have been some serious changes that have come in? So that's my first question to you.
There has been tremendous changes that have come in, from the times there where the teacher knew it all and there was only a chalk and board in the classroom, to, a school structure, the physical infrastructure, which is quite drab and boring and unattractive, and nobody believed it has to be more attractive, to every aspect of a school life of a student, a teacher, the administrator has changed dramatically. So if you compare it to the West, we are not, so there are good aspects of the Western systems of education. And I would only like to refer to those good aspects. We are not possibly there completely. but there's a lot of move towards achieving these. And these are, the focus is, when I talk of, the good aspects of Western education, the biggest change that has come about is today education is student centric. There was a time when, the teacher just delivered and it didn't matter what the child wanted or what the child's ability was, or what the child's future needs were. But today, everything about education in a school is about what the child's need is, what the child's aptitude is, what is future prospects of this child that we can foster and, hone, kind of thing. So that's one angle. The second thing that is, we are aligning towards what a whole lot of successful Western education cultures are doing is, in terms of teacher education. Um, there was, the times where a teacher's experience, so I have 25 years of experience, and so I know it all, doesn't hold good anymore. The rawest teacher, as long as she or he is open to learning, open to change, open to adaptation, open to trying out new methods, all in focus with the requirement of the student. So, and that is a better teacher today. So you don't need to have 25 years of experience anymore. And that's a huge revolutionary change in perspective. So gone are the days when, the sari clad 25 years experienced teachers were, looked up at with awe. We don't need to do that. Some of my best teachers are in the early 20s. And I don't have any qualms in saying that I learn a lot from those youngsters in the school. So that's another huge kind of change that is there in the education sector, which is aligning with the Western cultures in terms of education. Also, the need for teacher enhancement and empowerment. There's so much focus today on it. Um, Teachers spend a lot of time, upgrading themselves, which again was not a feature that, teachers ever undertook in, those many years back. Uh, the next thing would be, uh, when you're talking of students, like I said, in the old days, it was about knowledge transfer. We don't focus on knowledge transfer at all today. Knowledge is available everywhere. But there are a lot more things about a child which we are focusing on. And today, the whole aspect of holistic development of the child, which has become the focus of education, the responsibility being, jointly shared by a parent and the school, is, I think, another very progressive aspect, which is probably we have, infringed from, I mean, rather infused from the Western cultures towards us. So maybe, it was there, Vedic times when we have Gurukulas, everything about the student was the teacher's responsibility. And then there was phase when everything just died out and a school became purely a knowledge transfer unit. We've gone back now. We're looking at, working on children's soft skills, working on children's value systems, working on children's attitudes, working on building individual, abilities and honing that about each child. So this is another, I think, a very dramatic change that I have seen in my, vast career of, over a couple of decades. So I have one of those, I think those older, I'm talking in terms of age, in fact, older people who have seen that kind of change happening. Another critical thing that has also happened is kind of parent engagement. While we were youngsters, I don't remember my parents ever being part of my school life, except they would come for those award days. They would come to watch us for a school day, and that's it. Whereas today, parents partner us in each of this. It's, our dialogues with parents are practical on a daily basis. We're talking about every aspect of the child's growth, which they will support, or we support each other with for that child. So we are now like a triangle, the parent, the school, and the child, which was not how it was previously. So these are things that I think have dramatically changed. And of course, when I spoke about the infrastructure, there's a lot of thought that goes into when you spoke about your, your B school being a green B school. There's a lot of thought in it. There is a reason why it's like that. And say 15 years back, 20 years back, nobody thought it was important. But today it is
Sure.
important. So we are looking at, the infrastructure reflecting the philosophy of that institution's, uh,
Existence.
institution's idea for education. So everything today of education has changed, every little thing, including as simple as saris are not the most important thing in school anymore, right? So
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
teachers come, in far more casual clothes, far more comfortable clothes, because they know they're there um, to do a lot more than what is expected before. So
Sure.
I think I probably have covered a whole lot in that.
Yeah, wow, very enlightening, and quite a deep, interesting anecdote where we could connect with what was there and what is now moving and changing.